Hi everyone, welcome back to a new collection on the horizon, and today on the channel we have the Ducati Desmosedici GB and it's from Francesco Baganaire. I think I pronounced that right. Now this is going to be a gorgeous bike because it's a nice red colour. So this is going to be your 1/4 scale, and we're going to assemble the first part here today. Look at that. Oh, just look at that. The middle page is always the best. Now, in here we've got the windshield and side wings. Now, I just want to point something out, okay? In here, they say to use a JP screw, okay? Now, the screws, I've had a look between issues 2 and issue 1. We have got ourselves an AP, we've got a KP, and for some reason, I've been provided with an LP screw. Now, they're saying there's 8 screws, so I would assume that that refers to that bag. Because if we was to take a look at issue number 2, for example, you can see that issue 2 does not contain that pack of screws. As you can see, it's AP and KP. So I've got a feeling there's a bit of a typo going on with that screw there. Because if you was to look at JP, we haven't got that, it's LP. So I think there's just been a little bit of a little malfunction there. Now we do get ourselves these lovely free gifts, as you can see. This is, I'll show you that in a minute, but this is some of the specs here. You're going to get all sorts going on there. The length's going to be 53 centimeters, with the width being 18 centimeters and your height 30.8 centimeters. There is some superb free gifts on the table here. As you can see, we've got our gorgeous mug, a beautiful cap here, 3 posters, a little key ring, an umbrella. Now that's the first in Parkworks, I think. I don't think we've ever had an umbrella before, and a water bottle. And if you want that premium offer, then of course you can sign up to the premium and get this gorgeous case. And if you pay with PayPal, you get an extra gift. Yes, your 1/8 scale model little one there, but I can't believe they've given you an umbrella. Like, the amount of times I've got wet in the rain and you're going to get an umbrella. Now, I will try and show you a picture of the poster at the end because it's not going to fit on here. So, yeah, I'm going to assume that these are LP screws, not APs. So, yeah, we'll see if they fit. If they don't, I will have to speak to the fan home about that and see what we can do because... yeah, there seems to be, sorry, D'Agostini or Fanham, I can't actually remember which one it's with. I can't remember. I'll have to put the link in the description for you guys. But yeah, we'll see how we go, see if it works. Now, these parts, I'm a little bit unsure. They feel plastic, but they're quite heavy. So I'm assuming this is all plastic, but I don't know. It feels like there's something like a bit of metal in there, even though it looks plastic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like. Right, so we're going to work on the bit that says Carrera, and as you can see, you've got 4 holes there, and we need to put this part onto here, and it's got Tim written on it. So could that be the name of the driver, maybe? And we need to put that. So let's have a look here. So this is your right, and that wants to go on this part, but they want it so that the Tim is facing upwards. So really it should sit something like that, I should imagine. But wow, that's oh, I see what you have to do. So you have to sort of pinch it in and then suck it on like that. Wow, okay, so be careful obviously when you're pinching that, because that might give way. Okay, it's very thin there. So let's get our LP screws. Yeah, I can only assume that these are the screws for that, because they're the only ones that came with this part. So yeah, it's probably what's happened is it's the right screw, but they've labelled it up wrong. So right, this is going to be a fiddly. I'll try and look for the holes here. So let's put that around about there. This might take me a little bit of a while to figure out here. So hang on a minute, let's go. Yeah, this is going to be quite fiddly to do, I think. I mean, obviously once we get the first hole in, or the first screw, that'll be fine, but I don't know what's easier with to do the bottom bit first or the top bit. It's just so, it's a bit of a strange contraption, this bit here, so as I say, it's about trying to guess where that hole is, and I think I've got one just about there. Now obviously this is quite a big screwdriver, so we've got that problem as well. This is going to be a fairly job. Why do they have to make it like so fiddly? Like, it's gonna irritate me in a minute. I've got a hole lined up. Please, 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 please go in. Yeah, fantastic. So I reckon screwdriver's a little bit big for this, but let's see if we got that one. Oh yeah, that looks much better, but as I say, that seems to have not gone on. Oh. See, I'm not the biggest fan of plastic screws because they have a habit of ripping out, so that's why once it's on there you sort of got to leave it because it will rip it out. So that's that one, and then we'll put another one on the other side. Oh, that was a job and a half to fit. So yeah, this is going to be, I mean that's holding it on, so that must be the right screw. And as I've said, they've probably labelled it up. They've probably labelled it wrong. So, oh my God. I think they've picked a lovely colour though. Red, I'd love to do a yellow bike. That would be awesome. I'm going to swap that screwdriver now, because I was finding that it wasn't picking it up very well, but this one seems to work fine. As you can see, some of them slide and some don't, but yeah, wow. Okay, brilliant. So that's two done. Now we just need to pinch this bit and secure that into the little section that goes here. Basically it has to just pinch up against there. It's so fragile, this section here, because you sort of have to pinch it and screw it and then also find the hole as well at the same time. So yeah, this bit is going to be a little bit fiddly here, but there is, as you can see, there is a little bit of a channel, but it's trying to get it to line up as well through the whole bit here. See, it's all very well lining it up, but I need the hole, I need the actual screw hole there. Let's just, okay, that looks, I reckon that one there is our first hole, so put this on first. Just think I've got to do this all over again in a minute, so it's going to be needle in a haystack to do. I'm not enjoying this issue very much. Doesn't seem to be. see as well, because the screwdriver's so long, there's just not really any way to hold it in, sort of thing. Oh, mamma mia. Gotta hold that there a bit. I mean, see if we can get that in. If it hooks onto it, then I know that we've found that hole. But as I say, these screwdrivers are way too big to try and get. I mean, that's okay there, but why did I have to? Right, hang on. I think if that springs off, then we know that's not the hole. But I think that looks like it's in position. So see what this one's doing. Yeah, I see the hole. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, that issue was a bit test of patience there. As you know, with me, I say it how it is. So if a part looks like it's a pain to fit, I will say that. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, finally, fantastic. Wow, look at that. Ooh. So I wonder what this is. Is this so that air can gush through and balance the bike a bit, maybe? Wow. Okay, so now we've got to do it all over again. Okay, so, and as I say, they're holding them, but as I say, for some reason it has been printed LP on my case. So, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that your build is going to come with that screw packet. It could be labelled correctly, but as long as it fits the part, I'm happy. Right, let's turn that round. It's actually, I find it easier to do the oh, look at that, they lined up first time. Oh, wow. Yeah, I find it actually easier to do the first bit first, and then obviously the second bit after. So now, once you get the first one in, it's easy to go. You know, it works lovely. So the next issue that will be up, obviously next week. So what's today? The 3rd of December. So this will be a Wednesday slot, this one. And then obviously this one, we can just buffer up and just try and locate that hole. And once you've found the hole, try to keep your hand on the hole so that you don't lose the position, because otherwise you've got to go, right, where's the hole gone? Okay, lovely. So that looks like it's going to bite it for me. Fabulous, darling. Fabulous. Look at that. Wow. Okay, lovely. And then it's just this hole up here that just needs to try and. So I'm just testing to see, trying to locate the hole on this one, but it looks like it's a blank. As you can see, there's nothing really there, so I'm just trying to locate where that hole is. Oh yeah, there we go. I see ya. Do you know, there's not, I don't feel like there's a hole there. That's really weird. Can you guys see that? It's like a red hole. And that's all lined up, because as you can see, this one's gone in, but can't really see a screw hole there. Wow. That's interesting. What I'll do is I'll have to leave that one off, because there's no, I can't see anywhere there. As you can see, it's like a red dot, so if I was to move it a bit, you can't really see the hole. So wow, okay, well, as long as it holds on, I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave that issue there. But wow, look, it even stands up for yourself. Look, that's fantastic. How cool is that? I mean, that's awesome. It feels quite heavy as well. which is why I feel like there's a bit of it definitely, although it's plastic, it feels like there's some sort of metal in there or something, or what it could be is thickened plastic along here. But that is your issue 1 of the motorbike done for the Ducati Desmosedici build. That's issue 1. As I say, issue 2 will be up next Wednesday. As you can see, this is just basically, you move that over to one side for a minute. This is basically just putting details to what we've just done, basically somewhere. Sorry, no, not on this one. This is basically the front left fender, so we'll be putting details onto that. I thought it was going onto that, but it's a complete separate part. So basically white discs. Now in this issue, we have got the correct screws. As you can see, we've got KP, and then in this case, we've got AP. But yeah, I do definitely think there's a typo there, because the screws they sent me was LP, but it does fit. So yeah, as I say, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the same for yours, but just be mindful of that. But anyway, if you want to get this for yourself, links in the description of the video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. This is available via Fan Home. I've just remembered now, because obviously it says D'Agostini and Fan Home, they're sister companies. So you've got the parent company this side, and then Fan Home is like their little sister. So yeah, it is brought to you by Fan Home. So yeah, if you want to get this, grab it now while you can. And I'm sure it's going to turn out to be a wonderful build. And once we finish with it, I mean, that part there, as you can see, that's what we've just done there. So it's like that. And I think these are just air holes. I mean, there's nothing really I can see that would connect on that. I think it's just to balance the bike a bit. But anyway, so thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and if you haven't done so already, please remember to tap that notification bell and you'll be alerted as and when a video pops up on the channel. Until next time, thank you and bye bye.